Hi, this is Bobson.
And this is Bobdad for Bob's Movie Reviews.
And today we're going to review for you The Conjuring on Blu-ray. Before I say anything else, I just want to say that anything negative I thought about this movie is only just because Hollywood would have us believe that at least 5 of your Facebook friends have been possessed by a demon, and at least 50% of the houses in America are haunted.
Wasn't this based on a true story?
Supposedly, there's no evidence.
Okay.
But basically what I mean is that they keep churning out these haunting movies and possession movies over and over and over. I feel like they've started to lose their appeal, but nothing against this movie. So, this movie is kind of like 2 stories that join. There's the story of 2 people who are like, not necessarily the first, but some of the earliest paranormal investigators. And I guess they had established a lot of new tactics, like using voice recorders and picture cameras. Did they have video cameras?
Right, they had video. They were the first ones who did that.
And this was in the 50s, right?
Yeah.
So this was like, not like we have cameras, you know, they're these huge cameras, and, you know, the guy has to carry around like a whole backpack for recording. And
this take would have to be redone.
Sorry, I could have just waited.
Oh, it's too late. You open the door and we can hear it.
I'm sorry. Just keep going where we were. So the guy has to carry around a backpack. He's got the huge microphone. So they're basically like showing them doing lectures, and I think they showed them investigating a little bit. But the main story is about a family who buys this house, and crazy stuff starts happening, and they call them, or they go to them to come investigate their house because they don't know what's going on. They're like hearing noises. The woman's getting bruises. Animals are dying randomly. Basically, as soon as they moved into the house.
Yeah, the guy's wife, she was in tune with the paranormal. I don't know if you would really call her a psychic or
The investigator's wife.
The investigator's wife.
Not the woman living at the house.
Right. So, I mean, I like this movie. It was a good movie. It had the chills in it, and you didn't have to have the blood, you know, and everything else that goes along with the horror movies. And I figured it out that, see, he's thinking about, you know, the overdoing of the, you know, the ghost movies, but this was in the East, Massachusetts, where they had the witch burnings. So this gives it more credibility. To me, it does. What do you think?
I just think that they're making so many of them that, like I'm saying, I have no problems with this movie whatsoever. Just, I think that they start to lose their appeal because there's like 5 a year coming out now. I mean, and they basically have a similar story in all of them, you know.
Well, it's making money, and they're going to do what makes money.
This one, they say it's based on a true story. The family that lived in the house swears it's true. They say there's slight embellishments, obviously. Hollywood's not going to make, like, obviously, if you did the real thing, it'd probably be a little boring. Like, yeah, we were sitting around playing cards for 4 hours, you know. Obviously, there's going to be things made up. But they said it's pretty spot on. They have a special feature. I don't know if the man is dead. They didn't say. It only had the woman investigator.
She's still alive.
And she insists everything really happened, you know. But with all ghost stories, unless you're there, you're never going to believe it.
Right. And they didn't use the same house that everything happened in.
Yeah.
You know, it was a different house. But I really liked the movie. It was a very well done movie.
So they basically get a team together to investigate the house, and things just start getting worse, and the past of this house is worse than you could ever imagine. But that was a little gray, because they said it was like this 200 or 500 acre area of land, all these things had happened, but it seemed more like it was all in the one house.
Well, the land was eventually split up. You know, other people had purchased.
But I mean, everything happened at the house, and the things you see all are in the house.
Well, that was at the main house where the things that the witch, what it was, she cursed the property, and anybody who ever owned the property would be cursed. But the majority of the things happened was right there at that house. So that's probably why the haunting there was stronger than anywhere else.
So, let's wrap this up. I thought everybody in this movie was amazing. It was a good movie. Even better if it is really true. Guess that could be debated on forever. But for a score on this, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. There were scares. There were startling moments. It was suspenseful, creepy. You really didn't know what was going to happen next. It wasn't one of those movies where you could just guess everything that was going to happen. I really enjoyed it. And like I said, I think it's great. I just brought it down a little bit to me because it's like the millionth one.
Yeah, and he did jump in one scene. He won't admit it, but he did.
I didn't jump as high as you, so
it was good. I'm gonna give it a 9.5. I really liked this movie. It was well done. You know, a lot of these this didn't really have to have the cheesy special effects. You know, because it was well done.
One thing, they do leave it on a cliffhanger, which to me, if it's supposedly based on a true story, how are you going to do a sequel? It's kind of rude to the family, but they signed off on it, I'm sure, so be expecting The Conjuring 2 coming soon, probably.
And don't get ahead of yourself now.
You know it's going to come. That's Hollywood. They got to make a sequel of everything. They can't come up with an original idea.
Ooh, are we critical today?
Alright, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to give us a thumbs up, and we will see you next time.